Hi, I'm George Ferguson, and I'm the instructor for this 8-week BUS141. First of all, I'd just like to welcome you to the course. And second of all, thank you very much for being a part of Johnson County Community College. Now, in this video, we're going to be going over what are some of the key expectations as far as the course is concerned, and then also how do you actually access everything? How do you use Canvas as far as this course? Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and start to share so that you can see where it is that we're talking about. When you log into Canvas, one of the things that you'll do is click on this course here. This is the landing page that you'll see. Now, as far as expectations, we'll go over how to use everything. Let's go to the syllabus. Expectations for the course and thinking about some of the things that you're going to be involved in as far as this 8 weeks is concerned. Looking at the syllabus here, you'll see my contact information and the course information. This is online, and here's the textbook that we're going to be using. And the textbook is a day one access. It's electronic. You can get a paper copy if you want. Follow the instructions for that. Here's the course description as far as what it's about. Hopefully you read over the course description when you were registering for the course. The objectives, what is it we're trying to get accomplished as far as the course is concerned, thinking about the main theories of management, the major functions, the history and development of it, motivation, that sort of thing. So look over the objectives for the course. Again, this is day one access, so you have access to the textbook and all of the things that go along with it starting today. Now, the week goes from Monday to Sunday. All right, every week is Monday to Sunday. And what will happen is you'll have assigned readings, and the readings include questions to be answered within Connect. We'll participate in online discussions, and then also preparing and posting a 2 to 3 page paper answering questions at the back of each chapter. Each week, there's going to be a discussion forum. Now, I use discussions as furthering the education that we're actually getting into and providing more information of what's actually in the text. I set it up where the minimum, which will achieve and earn a C grade, is your initial post by Wednesday and 3 significant responses to others' posts by Sunday. Now, when I say significant, I mean where you're bringing in new information and new articles and things. You're helping to further the knowledge and the education of not only yourself, also others. Now, that minimum right there will earn 7 out of 10 points. That's a C, all right? To earn more points, you get involved earlier and you stay involved. You might make your initial posting by Tuesday, and maybe you're making responses to others' posts on Thursday and Friday and Sunday or something along those lines. In other words, you're really helping not only yourself, also others learn more than what the text was providing. Each week, there will also be a mini paper where you're stepping back and you're saying, okay, what were the key things that I know? Answering the questions at the back of the chapter. You don't have to answer every question. You pick and choose which questions you want to answer. The key here is going to be the detail and depth that you get into in the answers. You have the opportunity to do some extra credit assignments. Okay, one of the things that I look at is maybe an in-depth interview with a business owner. And a business owner is not just your buddy who might be cutting grass on the weekends or something. It's somebody who actually has a running business. Maybe it's a key manager at one of the businesses, maybe someplace that you work. There's also other opportunities. Get in touch with me and let me know. One of the things that I also look at is reflection and discernment. In other words, true learning comes from reflection, where you step back and you say, what did I learn? Now, what am I going to do with that? At the end of the semester, you're going to have a reflection and action paper, 5 to 10 pages, where you're stepping back and you're saying, what were the key things I learned in this class? And what is my action plan in actually using those things in the future? The key there is going to be the details. In other words, detailed descriptions as far as what were the key learnings, and then a key details in action plans as far as what is it that you're actually going to do with those learnings. I do not accept late work. If the system goes down, you're not going to be held responsible. One of the things I'm big on is free speech. All right. You have the right to express your opinion. and others have the right to express their opinion. You may not agree with another person's opinion. The thing is, we must respect that and accept that is where they're coming from. You see the instructor expectations. One of the things that I do firmly believe in is the idea of getting back to you as quickly as possible with grades and feedback. I do everything I can to turn around things that have been submitted, papers, discussion boards, things like that, within 24 hours of the due date. So on Monday, hopefully my goal is by Monday evening, you know exactly where you stand for every single submission that you've made. Attendance is key. You have to participate throughout the week. And if you do not participate in a graded assignment within that first week, you will be dropped. You will be considered not attending. Again, I do not accept late work. You see how the grades are actually being set up and the number of points and how they're earned. I don't do faculty initiated withdrawal. Make sure you're familiar with the code of conduct. Don't cheat. That includes things like plagiarism. By the way, Canvas does have tools in there for catching plagiarism, and then also AI generated text such as GPT, that sort of thing. If you need access help, make sure you contact Access Services to get what it is that you need as far as your accommodations. We have some great counselors that will help you as far as choosing your classes and the things that are necessary for your future. Also, if you have other problems or issues that you're running into, they might be able to help with that. You can check out the drop deadlines, all right, from the link there. Campus health and safety measures. Campus safety and some of the key things that go along with that. We spend a lot of time making sure that we do everything we can to keep you safe, both physically and your data. And then the technical requirements. This spells out some of the key technical requirements that might be necessary for a lot of the classes here at Johnson County Community College. In this class, we're not using any strange software or anything like that. I do a lot of it with just a Chromebook. Then you have the tentative course schedule. You can see that everything is set up by week with the week numbers and then the days that go along with that, the dates for it, and then the various topics. And you'll see that we're talking about management theory, ethics, strategic planning, culture, various other things. It also shows what are some of the key things that are due and when they're due. Thinking about the course itself and how to move around and how to access and things like that. When you come into the course, you'll see that there are key links. These links make it a little easier to access some of the things that are necessary. So you can go to the announcements. One of the things I strongly suggest people do is go to the Start Here section. With Start Here, you're watching this video. There are also other videos that are necessary to help you navigate the course and be successful. So making sure that you are connecting to Day One Access. This video shows you how to do that so that you can access the textbook and all the other things that go along with it. How to complete the reading assignments in Canvas. Now, it's not just read the chapter. There's a series of questions that need to be answered. The whole idea behind this is drill. If you think about it, what it will do is it will walk you through and drill you on various concepts. You need to get those concepts correct. It'll keep asking you questions around those concepts until you get them right at least twice. You have submitting assignments to Canvas. This is how you submit your papers and things to Canvas. How to view your grades. One of the things that I get frustrated with is when students say that if they didn't know where they stood, all they had to do was go and check out their grades. Participating in discussions in Canvas, how to do that. And then using Zoom in case you want to get in touch with me and we can walk through some of the issues you might have and things like that. One of the key areas as far as the class is concerned are the modules. Everything that you need is within a weekly module. So for example, let's say that we're looking at week 2. Okay, you can see that there are weekly modules for each week and the dates. In week 2, you see that you have instructions. One of the first things I always tell folks is go to the instructions page. I'll show you that here in just a bit. Everything that you need is within the module. So for example, access to the readings, PowerPoints, other videos, discussions, and mini papers. So you have access to everything that you need within the module. Now, the instructions. One of the things that I've done is try to make the instructions so that that's basically the only place you need to go to access everything that you need for the week. Within the instructions page, you'll see that there's a video that talks about here are the key things that are due for the week and any kind of other things that might be necessary for that week. In the instructions, you'll also see here are the key things we're going to be covering. And then it shows by day what things are due with links to those things. So for example, by Wednesday, you have your readings that's necessary. There are documents and other videos to watch. Again, there's links here to take you to those, directly to those things. There's links to the discussions and links to any other assignments such as the mini paper. Now, so you have access from this page, from the instructions page, to basically everything that you need to do for the week. Try to make it a little easier, get everything consolidated. From this page, you can also get to, you see the quick links here to the discussions and to the grades. Now, discussions. One of the things to think about with the discussions is to make sure that you go over the responsibilities and the requirements for the discussion. Again, the minimum, which results in a C, is initial post by Wednesday, 3 significant responses to others by Sunday. That gives you about 6 to 7 points out of 10. To earn more, you get involved more and you bring in more new information and things like that. To help you understand where the things are coming from, you can look at the rubric for the discussion. And this is the rubric that I use for grading discussions. So you have timeliness. So in other words, if you wait until the last hours and don't exceed posting requirements, you get a 1 out of 2. Writing, I hold people responsible and accountable for their writing. Relevance of the initial posting. In other words, if you don't adequately address the question or you just kind of blow it off, you don't get any points for it. But quite pertinent, often encourages expanded exploration. Okay, we'll get you 2 out of the 2 points. Thinking about your responses. If all you're doing is coming across with a I really like your post type of response, that's not going to earn you any points. You're not helping build on the education that you might have and helping others learn more. So the key here is stating your position, but providing support. What are some other articles and things that go along with that? And then contribution to the learning process. In other words, if you post everything on the last day, at the last minute, where nobody else has actually read it, you're not helping the learning process whatsoever. So look over the rubric that goes along with the discussions. So get involved with the discussions and stay involved. Going back to the modules. You also have mini papers. With the mini papers, it's going to say basically, okay, you choose what are the questions you want to answer from those chapters that we've been talking about. From the back of the chapter, it talks about, what do I know? And then here's the rubric that goes along with that. In other words, how will your mini paper be judged and how many points will it earn based on that? You can also go to your grades at any time that you want. And again, you can always find out where you stand within the class and your grade anytime. And I do everything I can to turn grades around within 24 hours. When you come up and you're looking at your grades, it will show you what your overall grade is so far. based on what it is that's been submitted and things like this. And it will show you, here's the feedback that was provided to that assignment. And here is the rubric responses. Okay, and where that grade is actually coming from. So you can find out where it is that you stand at any one point in time based on the grades that are out there. Those are some key points from the chapter. Those are some key points for the course. If you have questions, please give me a shout anytime.